For years, My Hero Academia kept asking one question: who would become the world's greatest hero? Most fans thought the answer was obvious. Deku, Bakugo, maybe Todoroki. But when the final hero rankings were revealed, almost nobody expected the results. Because somehow the number one hero wasn't Deku. And honestly, these rankings reveal something much deeper about how hero society changed after the final war. Because the rankings were never just about strength, they reflected what people valued in heroes after watching society completely collapse. So let's break down the final top 5 heroes in My Hero Academia. Number 5, Bakugo. This ranking instantly became controversial because in terms of raw combat ability, Bakugo is easily one of the strongest heroes alive by the end of the series. He spent almost his entire life chasing one goal: to become number 1. But despite all that, he only reaches number 5. And honestly, that says a lot about how hero society changed. Because Bakugo represents the old hero system in many ways, a system built around dominance and power. Even though Bakugo matures massively and learns what it truly means to save people, he still feels intimidating. He's loud, aggressive, and emotionally intense. And after the war, society no longer wanted heroes who only looked powerful. People wanted heroes who made them feel emotionally safe. And compared to the heroes ranked above him, Bakugo still feels more feared than comforting, which is probably why he never reached the top. Number 4, Deku. Now, this is the ranking that shocked the fandom the most, because Deku literally saved the world. He carried One for All, sacrificed almost everything, and stopped Shigaraki. So naturally, people expected him to become the number 1 hero. But instead, he ends up at number 4. And honestly, I think this was intentional, because My Hero Academia slowly stopped being a story about creating another All Might. That was the problem with the old hero society. Everyone depended too heavily on one perfect symbol, and the moment All Might disappeared, everything collapsed. Deku's ending changes that idea completely. Instead of becoming another untouchable symbol, Deku becomes part of a generation where heroes support society together. And after losing One for All, Deku also steps away from hero work for years before eventually returning with support gear. Meanwhile, other heroes continued building their reputation during that time. But thematically, Deku's ranking makes perfect sense, because the story was never really about him standing above everyone else. It was about him inspiring others to rise with him. Number 3, Mount Lady. Honestly, this might be the smartest ranking in the entire list, because early in the series, Mount Lady represented everything shallow about hero society. She cared about attention, popularity, and fame. But during the final war, something changed. While many heroes retired after society collapsed, Mount Lady stayed. And not only did she stay, she fought harder than almost anyone. She constantly risked her life and became one of the most dependable heroes during the war. And slowly, public perception of her changed completely. People stopped seeing her as just a fame-driven hero and started seeing her as reliable. Her ranking represents one of the biggest growth arcs in the series. Number 2, Shoto Todoroki. This ranking honestly feels deserved. Shoto's entire story was about healing. At the beginning of the series, he rejected half of himself because of the trauma caused by Endeavor. But over time, Shoto changes completely. He accepts both sides of himself, matures emotionally, and becomes one of the most stable heroes in the series. And unlike Endeavor, Shoto earns people's trust naturally, not through fear, but through calmness and reliability, which is exactly why he rises all the way to number 2. Number 1, Mirio Togata. And honestly, this ranking perfectly explains the true message behind My Hero Academia's ending. Because Mirio becoming number 1 was never about being the strongest hero alive. It was about becoming the kind of hero society needed most after the war. Even before Deku mastered One for All, people already believed Mirio was the closest thing to the perfect hero. Not because he was unbeatable, but because of how he made people feel. Mirio always smiled, always stayed positive, even after losing his quirk, even after nearly dying. He never stopped giving people hope. And after the war, that mattered more than raw power. because people no longer wanted another untouchable symbol. They wanted someone who could emotionally rebuild society again. And that's why Mirio becomes number one. Not because he was the strongest hero, but because he became the hero people needed most.